Hi, everybody. So, I got a hit the other day to do a class for how to connect with your guides and angels. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the outline here and describe to you the first class. I'm going to charge $10 per person per class, and I will send you the Zoom link if you want to do the class. So here's the first one and the outline, and subsequent classes will be based on what you guys want to know. So the first principle of connecting with guides, angels, higher selves, anyone on the other side, is to get into a meditative state. So you're going into a room. It needs to be clear and clean. Like, think of it as divine therapy. And you're going to go in there and meet with someone, so you want it to be as nice as possible. So the first thing you do is empty it out. And there's a technique that I use if I'm going to be giving a reading and I've got a lot of stuff going on in my head or emotionally or whatever. You clear out the room, you set it up. The word sacred means set apart. So then what do you fill it with? An intention, a prayer, prayers of protection, being clear about your intention for why you're going to be going in. And so before we do this class, I'm going to, give everybody all the steps and then guide everybody through it. So having an intention and something that you want to work with, I would say not something super heavy, but if you've got an issue or someone you want to connect with or some information that you want, it's good to be really clear with your intention. So anyway, you get that room all set up, you're clear for what you're doing, where you're going, and when you think about it, it's like going to Grand Central Station or Victoria Station. I want to connect with my guides. Well, there are a lot of trains going to a lot of places, and having your destination, your intention, the more clear it is, the more they can work with you. So something that I want to clear up for everybody is that your guides, your higher selves, and your loved ones on the other side want to communicate with you. And we often think of them as being standoffish, or I can't hear them, or maybe they're just bored with me, or I'm too low vibration to connect, or whatever. None of that's true. They can connect with you in pretty much any state that you're in, but the higher the vibration, the easier it is, I think. So we'll talk about that too, how to raise your vibration and get in that space of, love that, makes it easier for them to connect. Okay, so being clear in your intention, healing, guidance, resolution in a relationship, looking for information for another person. Okay, so, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. Achieving a quiet, sacred space, empty and filling the quiet space. So that's something that I'm going to really help you work with, is getting into that really quiet, blank space where the information can come in. And we're going to find out, explore a little bit how you listen best. So if you're going to communicate something to a child, if you know that child, you know how they will receive your information the best. So, some kids you have to go on a walk. Some kids you need to be playing with them when you talk to them. Others can handle the direct approach. Some want to be touched, So it's just like that. And we have particular communication styles, and our guides know that. So knowing how you are best communicated with is a big piece of this. How to deal with your mind wandering, or feeling like you're losing the connection, learning how to pay attention to what comes in and recognizing that it might not be your mind wandering. It might be a clue. Okay, so and it's about acknowledging the presence of a guide. Becoming curious about who you're talking to, what their energy is all about. We have a lot of ideas about who Melchizedek and Jesus and Archangel Michael, who they are, but when we just really achieve a blank space, we're like, wow, that's really cool. Like Jesus said to me the other day, he's like, my name, I heard on a recording, someone was like, the word Jesus is like just a made up thing. It's a distortion of Greek or something. And Jesus just popped in and he's like, Yeshua. And I could just feel from him. And so often the communication is a direct understanding. Sometimes it's in words. And this was a direct understanding that he preferred for me to call him Yeshua. And so I was like, I commit from now on to addressing you by Yeshua. And so I did. I just go, Yeshua, in my mind. And he just went, ooh. Like he liked the sound and the vibration of his own name coming from me. It was a very cute moment. Okay, so someone asked Mother Teresa, what do you do when you pray? And she said, I listen to God. Learning to listen, receive, be receptive, quiet, patient, listening, open. And they said, what does God do? And she said, He listens to me. There is an acceptance, a patience, an openness, a receptivity for you in that space. We're so used to not getting that. Sometimes we just forget. Okay, so I'm going to be giving this first class. I'm going to give you a Zoom link, $10 per person per class. And then I will take requests for, let's do a class on, healing relationships, going and communicating with someone's higher self, because I just can't talk about this particular subject with their lower self, or I can't reach them. They're out of my physical proximity, but I really need to get this through, or I need to listen to them. And it's easier to listen to someone's higher self than their 3D sometimes, right? 3D, we have a lot of baggage. Remote viewing is a really fun subject I'm learning to do. Very, very fun. And it's really fun to do it in a group, because then you compare the information that you're getting. And then we all have little pieces of looking at the elephant. I see a trunk. I see a big fat leg. I see a tail. Let's see, other things, healing wounds and traumas. That's a really big one. And sometimes when a memory comes up during one of these connecting sessions, it's not random. And I have come to understand that just going about my daily life, in a quiet moment, I'll have a memory of like, ooh, I remember that when that happened. And there's this habitual feeling that I have about this memory. And what I'm beginning to understand is that comes up for the purpose of clearing it. So we can do a whole class on how to clear stuff like that. So that's about it for now. And I usually do all this stuff on Facebook Live. I give like psychic updates and my hits on what's going on with the world on my Facebook Live. But I just felt like I needed to do this on YouTube for some reason. So anyway, yeah, and I might need some technical help with all of this. I act like I know what I'm doing. I'll just send you a Zoom link. But anyway, so if you want to sign up for the class, just leave it in the comments, because I don't know how else to do this. Or you can find me on Facebook and message me. And then I can send you my PayPal info, and we'll just handle it in a really, the absolute simplest way. I'm not a tech person. I don't have a website where you can go sign up and give me your credit card. I know how to do that, so... Anyway, I love you. I guess that's about it. We're going through a very special portal here with the solstice, so a lot of our gifts are coming online. A lot of stuff is coming up to be cleared. So I guess I'm kind of bored more than anything, and I'm like, I want to create something. So let's do this class. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.